can do and what one light. And Governor, you were just telling me on break a beautiful story about my grandfather and the light.
Well, it happened back in 1972, Sissy. It was an extraordinary moment. Expo 72 is an event older Christians might remember. It was Christian Woodstock. Campus Crusade for Christ billed it as a youth evangelism happening, and 100,000 young people from all over the world came to Dallas for evangelism training. And on the final night, Dr. Billy Graham was the featured speaker, and as we came to the Cotton Bowl, everyone was given a little candle and told to hold on. He preached that night on being the light of the world and let your light shine. I'll never forget it. It was such a powerful message. But when he came to the conclusion, he talked about that it was not just somebody else's light, it was yours. And at that moment, all of the lights in the Cotton Bowl were turned off, every single one. It was pitch black. And then on the stage, your grandfather lit that candle that he had. He turned to Bill Bright, the head of Campus Crusade for Christ, and he lit his candle. Now there were two. Then they turned to two other people, then two became four, and four, 8, and 8, 16, and pretty soon, just in a very short period of time, every candle in that Cotton Bowl was illuminating the sky, 100,000 candles. It was so magnificent that people who lived around the Cotton Bowl were calling the Dallas Fire Department to report, the Cotton Bowl is on fire. Well, truthfully, it was on fire, but not the way they were thinking. But here's what I remember. Yes, the magnificence of 100,000 candles, that was pretty powerful. But what I remember even more was that as your grandfather spoke, and he lit his candle, I was 100 yards away and sitting up in the nosebleed section. But with the lights turned off, the tiny little candle that he held in his hand pierced the darkness. Now let me tell you what that meant for me. I'm a kid that was a nobody. I'm the first male in my entire family lineage to ever graduate high school. Nobody upstream from me had ever gotten out of high school. So here I am, this kid from a little town nobody had ever heard of. I'm with 100,000 people. There's only 8,000 people in my whole hometown. More people were standing in line at the bathroom than were even, in my whole city. And I remember it was as if God dismissed everybody else, and he said, when things are really dark, even a little bit of light can change the world. And that message from your grandfather was a seminal event in my life.
Wow.
As I sit here and tell you about it, it still is very emotional for me to remember. What we've seen today, Sissy, that's what it's been. Every person out here marching, the tens of thousands, they're light. We talk about how bad things are in America, but can I tell you something? The darker it gets, the more valuable, the more powerful your light will be.